Hey friends, it's Mary and I'm back with a Traveler's Notebook process video for you today. Today on Instagram, the Sparklers are doing a hop for Traveler's Notebook inserts and super exciting. So head over to Instagram and you can start by my account, which is in the description below, and it'll walk you through all of the design team members. You get to see what they did for their Traveler's Notebook, and I'm super excited. So we're going to get into this process here. This Traveler's Notebook is a DIY notebook that I made, and I am documenting all of the winter stuff that happens in our hometown because we are going to be moving back to our original, well, our other hometown, so our first hometown. This is our children's hometown, though. So I wanted to document our town and the things that we love about our town and the seasons. Most of it is just nature or things that we love to do around town. Every once in a while, I'll sneak in a picture of my kiddos. But this one just so happens to be our favorite holiday event in our small town, and it is the Farm Implement Light Parade, something like that. It's the parade that happens at the very beginning of December, really kicks off the holiday season, and we have a lot of floats that are in the parade, as well as the Coca-Cola truck and a bunch of tractors, manure spreaders. Although we say manure spreaders, but I don't know if I've ever seen a manure spreader light up for the parade. And I even looked back on the pictures because I was actually going to include a picture of a manure spreader in this Traveler's Notebook insert because that's totally our town. Here I am using the Deck the Hall Sequins mix, and I believe that this was a release that happened in the summertime, maybe Christmas in July. Anyway, it's not the brand new release, but it's still available in the shop if you wanted to pick some up. They're really, really pretty. And so anyway, back to the story. I've made a shaker pocket, and as you can see, I just sewed it up. And I'm going to stick some sequins down in that. And I just used vellum and made like a little envelope, and then I'll go ahead and close it here in a second. But this is it's just a tractor or like a train that was lit up, and it was pulling a trailer behind it, or the Santa sleigh behind it. And it was one of the best pictures I got of the parade from this year. But I did go back and look for some pretty cool farm equipment, and I just didn't have a good photo, which makes me really sad because this is probably the last one that we'll be able to see for a long time, if ever. You never know if you come back, if we come back over the mountains during the winter time. It's kind of hard to make that trek if you to come over during the winter time because the snow is in the mountains. But we can make it work, so I can't say that we'll never see it again, but it's likely. But this process was super simple. I'm just taking some paper from my stash. This is a red and pink striped paper that I just ripped a little bit off of for some added interest. The one thing that I will say about this vellum shaker pocket that I made is that I should have sewed it down the middle. I do end up doing that off camera. It's not in the pictures. It doesn't really mess with the integrity of it, other than the fact that it separates the sequins so they don't get stuck in the middle. And you'll see later on down the road that I finally realized what I had done, that I couldn't close the Traveler's Notebook because the sequins were stuck where the crease was. Oh, the struggle is real. Anyway, I was messing around with this Follow the Law crepe paper. It's just a decked out little wagon camper, and I was going to put that in there because this year we met up with our friends who brought their camper down, and I decided the chipboard would just be too much. So luckily I had the ephemera pack, and I put that piece of ephemera there, but I'll end up moving it up in a little bit because I need room for the title. So I'm just journaling down here that we were told when we first moved here that we have to go see the Farm Lighted Implement Parade. And we said, well, what is that? And they said, well, you basically dress up your tractors and farm equipment with holiday lights, and you parade it around town. And we're like, okay. So we go and we check it out, and it so is the best thing. It's just so much fun. So much fun. So here I am, I'm moving it up, and there's so many more stories that I can tell you with this parade. Every year is just a blast, but I should probably talk about what I'm doing. Right now is where I realize what I had actually done was not a good thing. Like I said before, I do end up sewing it, but it was a pain to get all of those sequins out. I'm going to use several different alphabet stickers. These are from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, or were they the Pink Paisley Paige Evans latest collection? Oh, shoot. I think they were from Carousel. And then these are those I got from my stash. I believe that they came in the Cocoa Daisy kit that I guest designed for in October. And here's where the name of it actually is, because I know that I looked it up because I always mix it up. And it is the Lighted Farm Implement Parade. Okay, so that's the name of it. The Lighted Farm Implement Parade, not the Farm Lighted Implement Parade, not the Implemented Lighted Farm Parade, not the Implemented Farm Lighted Parade. It is the Implemented Farm Light. That's what it is. That's what it is. So then I move along, get these older, they're older cardstock stickers, and I believe that they were an old crate paper collection. And then here is a big teaser for you. So I ran some Shimmerz, some mixed media. I just put some Shimmerz down on a piece of cardstock, and I mixed the original Shimmerz paints in a pot in with some pasties, some white pasties, and it thickened it up, but it didn't mess with the integrity of the color. So it kind of turned out like Shimmerz, like the shimmery pasties, and it turned out really, really cool. But you're not going to see me do that until next week when I have a special shaker card for you. So you'll have to hang on until then. But here's some close-ups for you guys, and thanks so much for joining the hop, and go check out the shop. Make sure to enter in the Instagram hop so that you can win some fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.